Hello, everybody. We're here for another review, but this time we're diving into a game review. This is my brother, Pellow. He's kind of an idiot, so sorry if he is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I'm pretty dumb.
Yeah. So we're gonna be reviewing Still Wakes the Deep.
Made by Chinese studio.
That's called the Chinese Room.
That one.
They're not a Chinese studio though.
Should we restart the video?
Huh?
We should restart the video.
So we're going to be reviewing Still Wakes the Deep. It is a new game that came out, I want to say, like 2 weeks ago now?
I don't know, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. We both played through it. I 100%ed the game. Pretty easy. Did like a speed run the second time. Only took like an hour. So it's a very short game, but
it is worth playing for the duration of time that it takes.
Yes.
And it's a very good short amount of time.
Yes. Yeah. Like you definitely feel like the game definitely feels longer than it does.
Yeah.
But every minute was worth it, I think.
Yeah.
And I usually don't like short games. I'm not a huge fan of short games. Usually short games, I'm like, wait, that was it. But this game, yeah. I felt like it did everything. It tied everything up nicely in the 3 hours that it took me the first time to play it.
I think Chinese Room proved that short games can be good with this game.
Yes.
As opposed to some of their other games that weren't quite as good.
Yeah.
But this one was definitely their like magnum opus, I guess, when it comes to their games.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I've played Chinese Rooms, other games like Dear Esther, and Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. Cool concepts, cool ideas. I just wasn't a huge fan of them. They weren't bad or anything. They were just kind of boring. The story was good, but there's like no gameplay. It's just literally a walking simulator.
Still Wakes the Deep kind of is too.
Yeah, I mean,
in a sense, but it's not like terrible. It's like there's still like more stuff going on that you can, like there's parkour and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's more like Outlast in a way, like gameplay wise. Like you can actually run, climb
stuff. It's more
stuff.
of a game than the walking simulators.
Yes, yeah. Overall, I enjoyed the game, and I do think the Chinese Room studio has improved a lot since their first game. And I can't wait to see where they take their stuff next. What we like to do here is, well, this is my first time doing this, so now what we like to do here after the video that Eddie and I made about day one is we're going to give our reviews, and then we're going to say, if you don't want to listen to spoilers, cut the video out now. But we're going to dive into spoilers after we give our rating of the game. So for me, I think I would give this game a 9 out of 10. Graphics, beautiful. Gameplay, it was basic, but it was good. Story, amazing. Voice acting was incredible. Overall, I really liked the game.
9 out of 10. What he said, word for word. I agree with everything. Yeah.
So,
people online, stop saying games suck if you haven't played them yet.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Pissing me off. Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Anyways, okay, yeah. So if you don't want to listen to spoilers, cut it out now, because we're gonna be talking about spoilers. Because we're gonna dive into why we like the game.
3, 2, 1.
That was so gay. So yeah, things I really liked about the game. I really like the story again. You play as a character who I think
he wakes up and it kind of goes over like his wife and stuff.
Yeah.
But throughout the game, as you play, you realize I think the first letter that you read from his wife is about how he was going on this boat because he was trying to escape some sort of crime that he committed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I think what it was is that you learned he basically just beat someone up to like a pole.
Okay.
And then the cop's like,
"Hey, not bad."
And he's like, I don't want to go to court, so he goes on a boat.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That part of the game was pretty basic. Like, okay, yeah, guy's running away from his past. He's just trying to go on an oil rig to work with his friend.
Kind of like The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar concept.
Yeah, very similar to The Lighthouse. But then on the oil rig, while he's there, some bad crap happens, and the police show up, first of all, and they're basically looking for him, and then the owner of the rig's like,
"Why bring the police here?
You need to get out of here. You need to leave.
As he's about to leave, there's like an earthquake or something that causes him to fall off, and somehow he lives.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they find him and they're telling him like, oh, there's some weird stuff going on. We don't know what's happening. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then you start seeing and hearing things like weird sounds of people screaming and making like blood curdling, like like they're just talking in a weird way, and it's kind of eerie. Atmosphere of the game is really good. Definitely makes you feel unsettled. The first moment you step into like the dark, creepy rooms of the oil rig itself.
Yeah, that first part with the one dude.
Yeah.
Where there's nothing really chasing you, but you're going through the cramped space and you can hear.
So you think he's chasing you.
Like you think he's chasing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that definitely set the atmosphere for the game.
But yeah, there's I think a total of 3 or 4 monsters in the game.
I think technically it was 4 if you count the dude that chased you in that room.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's at least
final boss, I guess.
Yeah. There's 4 monsters in the game. All of them are unique. They're also
kind of unique.
Yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't say that they're all unique because the way you combat them is the same.
Yeah,
the way you approach the situation is the exact same, but it's just the way that they stalk you is different.
And the way they look is kind of different-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the one that's high up in the sky, and then the other one that's just crawling on the ground. I mean, and you have the one busting through the walls. So it's they're the same kind of thing, but they do different things, I guess.
But there's only one way to avoid the monsters, and that's either to hide or to throw a thing, like a wrench in another direction, taking the attention drawn to the object you threw. But there's no new way to get to solve each encounter. Yeah. It's about the objective's different, but the way you solve it is going to be the same.
Yeah. The second one, when you're in the engineering room.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
that was
pitch black.
One. Yeah, no, that was the best one.
Oh my gosh, that was.
Yeah, because the power goes out, and it's damn.
That was so good. It just it brought me back to Outlast days, but it was also very different in a way. I don't know. It made me feel claustrophobic, playing that part.
Oh yeah.
And I was just. I mean, I don't like the dark, and I'm claustrophobic as it is already. So playing a game when they're pushing me through these really tight crevices in a dark place, I'm like, okay, this is stressing me out a little bit. What's gonna happen?
No, the game covers more than one aspect of horror.
Or yeah.
Because throughout the game, you're getting stalked by monsters. That's 1. There's a lot of cramped spaces, so that's 2. There's a lot of situations where you're up above, on a really high surface, and you gotta traverse that. That's another part of a fear that they included, and then also underwater is a big one. Towards the end, they kind of use water a lot, and especially in the dark, you can't see anything underwater.
Oh yeah, dude, that part was freaky. I thought something was gonna jump out and grab me.
Well, it's not water; it's oil, but
whatever. It's still
it's water, but
you're still under it. You're still swimming, and it's
oil
dark.
It's harder to see under, so
yeah. Again, it's pretty much the same thing. Once you get to that part, once you start trying to get through these areas where the monsters are, it's just survive. But then the end of it gets really emotional. It's just one gut punch after the other. I didn't expect to get this attached to characters I barely know. We only got to see them for 5 seconds or 10 minutes or whatever. And then all of a sudden they're dead and you're like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
They're dead? How? Yeah.
Because the way that your character reacts to their death is just so real.
Yeah.
That it just feels like you knew them, but you obviously you don't as the player, but the character that you're playing as has a connection to them.
Yeah.
And the way that they show that is so well done.
Yeah. That
it honestly just makes you feel like you knew these characters for a while too.
Yeah, I did like his emotional reaction to when his friend, was it Roy?
I don't know, the dude that was the cook or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he died, the voice actor's performance there was so good. I actually felt for him. I actually thought he was. I thought the voice actor was actually upset and crying and hurt during that scene. It was hard to tell if he was acting or not. That's for sure. But then the ending when he has to sacrifice himself, very good.
Yeah, you get a cutscene of him in his room with his wife. And he's like, I'm sorry, or it's the day that he's leaving to get on the ship. That's what that cutscene was.
Yeah.
And it was he gets out and he's like, I have have to leave goodbye or whatever.
Yeah.
Like tell the kids I'll be back for Christmas, and then all of a sudden it just cuts, and then you're like, oh,
he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, like that character's gone.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. Like when they start the game off and she sent that letter where she's like wanting a divorce and is not happy.
Oh yeah.
And then at the end she sent the letter saying like, I'm sorry, I want to make things right, and I hope we can figure this out. I love you, blah blah blah. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yep.
he's dead. He's never gonna see that, so he thinks that she hates him.
Yep.
Dang, dude, so freaking sad.
But the game was emotional.
Yeah.
Sure. The story itself, like the actual story of the rig, was cool, but it didn't give us a lot of information about what was happening.
Yeah.
It leaves a lot up to the imagination, and I personally am okay with that.
Yeah.
Especially like the main monster. It's not. There's these like little monsters that are chasing you, but there's one big giant like thing like taking over the ship, and slowly growing around the ship throughout the game.
Yeah.
And it's what's turning these people into the monsters. And that thing was cool. We don't know what it is, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
yeah.
It looked cool, and it was cool. And
I'm guessing it was like an alien thing.
Yeah, I mean, it came from... Yeah.
But it came from underwater.
Yeah.
So maybe it could have been something from the middle, like the center of the earth or something. I don't know. Maybe it was an alien under the water that's been living there for years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just leaves up to imagination. Which is, in my opinion, I'm totally fine with that.
One of the best looking games this year so far. Like, wow.
Oh, the game was visually... It was beautiful. I mean, it was mostly the environment, like the way that they had the fog around the ship.
Yeah.
And like the way that it kind of like the way that the ship at the beginning when the ship is like perfectly like intact and everything, it's not destroyed, and it still looked good. It's just a normal ship that should realistically look ugly in real life.
Yeah.
Like if you go on a real oil rig, it's not going to be pretty. Like, you're not gonna. But it was just the atmosphere when you start the game. You're just like, oh damn, this is kind of nice. As it goes on, the creature starts growing on the ship, and it changes the atmosphere entirely into some weird Lovecraftian like horror atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's growing slowly around the ship, and I'm like, damn, this is even cooler.
The visuals of the thing, the monster, were incredible. Like that was one of the best looking monsters. Like it was beautifully terrifying. Like it's like this giant thing's coming out of the ocean. It's it's killing everybody, but wow, it looks beautiful.
It does. The color scheme was good.
Yeah,
I think the colors were perfect.
And then at the end, when you like actually go inside of it, like that was so trippy. Gonna say,
like the two scenes that I thought were the best, like visually, were when you're going up that one elevator in the oil rig.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like because you're seeing it grow around like the tunnel, I guess, that goes up.
Yeah.
In the oil rig.
Yeah.
And when you look up, there's like a beautiful like blue light, and it genuinely looks like gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the character even says like, "Oh damn, you don't see this very like." He says something along the lines of like, "Damn, you don't see this every day."
Yeah.
And he's like admiring it, like it's cool. I should be scared of this thing. I should be terrified. But damn, it's beautiful.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the visuals of that game. I know we already talked about this voice acting though. Perfect.
100%.
The guy that played what were they calling him in the game? The main character, Kaz. That was the main character's name. Excellent performance by, I forget the actor's name now, so I'm not, and I don't want to butcher the name, but excellent performance by that guy. He did a phenomenal job in that game, and all the voice actors did great. They made the immersion more immersive.
Yeah. I thought the voice acting on top of the way that they talked.
Yeah.
Because when you have I played with the English subtitles on, but like it's like I can understand what they're saying with the English subtitles.
Yeah.
But like the actual English like language that you're playing in, they're still using like slang that I don't understand. So the subtitles like kind of helped you understand it, but like the way that they like. I want a snack pass. The accents. I watched an in-depth video on like this actual Swedish guy that played the game. He was like, well, you never really see like an authentic Swedish accent, because in every like piece of media where they show like, I don't know, dwarves and stuff, they have Swedish or Scottish accents, I guess.
Yeah.
Scottish, I think.
It was Scottish. Scottish Gaelic.
Scottish. But they're all like over the top. But this was like real, like authentic Scottish accent. And then I think there was like was British, I think. There's a British guy.
Yeah, there's a British guy.
So he had a good British accent that people were talking about.
I think there was an Irish guy too.
Yeah, there was an Irish guy.
But most of them were Scottish.
But everyone was kind of impressed, and when I thought about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, the accents are actually like realistic and not over the top or like acted accents. I guess you could say. Like they're real like accents. Yeah.
Real people from
people.
those places.
Yeah. Just
using their normal.
Just talking.
Their normal accents.
They're just speaking.
Yeah. The soundtrack was also really good. Very beautiful moments, but also very eerie at times.
Fit the vibe.
Yeah,
well.
Fit the atmosphere of the game. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can really think about for this game. Again, it's a short game. It's very short and sweet. If you want to play it, it's literally 2 hours and maybe 3 hours max of your time.
It took me about 4.
Okay, 4 hours, yeah.
4 is that.
I guess if you're as bad as Oliver at playing games,
I actually beat it very fast. So. It's real. I think it's like 3.5 hours for most people.
Okay, yeah. So 4 hours on max then. We'll just say that. If you want to play, it's a short game, short and sweet. I know a lot of people don't have time to play games, but if you do have a little bit of time, you should invest in this one.
It's definitely one that you can kind of just sit down for a day.
Yeah.
Play it. Then you don't have to play it again.
And it's free on Game Pass. There you go. You don't have to pay for it.
Now you have like no excuse to not play it.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's free. Like 0-0.
I mean, if you want to support the Chinese room, though, you can always buy it too on
But
PC.
don't support the
PlayStation.
Chinese.
What?
Don't support the Chinese.
But they watch this.
Support the Chinese. Yeah, I don't care.
True. Fair.
Yeah, we don't
We're American.
We're American, yeah.
That's it. That's our review. If you guys enjoy it, like it, don't like it, I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Game is mid, 0 out of 10, wouldn't play.
Wait, what?
Now go play my personal favorite game the day before.
Why did I freaking bring this kid here? Okay, Merry Christmas, everyone.